Hey guys, this is MinecraftingDAD, and welcome to episode 11 of our Minecraft FTB Regrowth series. If you were here in our last episode, we have finally broken into the Metal Age. But let me tell you more about this. This series, this mod pack, is Regrowth, and it's available on FTB Launcher. Information on how to download the pack is available in the video description below. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to kind of recap what we did last episode. We finally were able to turn in our copper seed, and we have successfully planted that, and we have it growing over here. Let's go check in on our copper seed, and let's go see how it's doing. It should be starting to grow up. It's not growing yet. It's not spreading yet, because all these crops are 1-1-1, so eventually they'll grow, and eventually they'll spread. But more importantly is, we have to work on the next set of crops. So the other thing we did is we were talking about how to get the mystical black flowers. And I said that we needed to have blue, we need to crossbreed a blue flower and a cactus seed, and we did not have a cactus, so we needed to crossbreed sugarcane and a poppy. So we did that. We were able to successfully crossbreed a poppy and sugarcane, and you can see here, there's a cactus, here's a cactus, everywhere is a cactus. If you would have been here for me preparing for this video, you would have seen that it wasn't participating, it wasn't working, and now all of a sudden it's working like, you know, like really good. So this is what it was doing. So you put the poppy down, and then it has the sugarcane seed, and this is the growth crop. It was doing this a million times over, and it's very frustrating. But if it does it, you just break it and put another breeding crop down. There you go. So, alright, now what I did was I took that seed, the cactus seed, which has to be planted on sand, and the blue mystical seed, as you saw here, there's the black, there's the blue, there's the cactus. We combine it better, you know, yada yada. Next thing you know, we're going to get ourselves a black flower, and that's going to be able to allow us to make them at will as fast as we need to make them. And yeah, so we'll wait for that to happen sometime during this episode. Hopefully we'll get to see that, and then we'll move on to some of the other ones. Oh, the other one was the white. Which one was it? It was this guy here. The dandelion and the daisy we're going to grow, and then there's other stuff we need to work on. But okay, let's get to the important stuff. We have some more of this metal crops that we have to do. So we just completed the copper one, which is getting the copper seeds and all that stuff, which is amazing. And it did unlock 3 more quests, so we're going to have to go take a look at that. Actually, let's go see if we can figure out what these other quests are. Because I'm curious to see what these new quests are. I don't see anything new. I see this one here, which is making a vat. Ooh, that's kind of cool. A burnt brick and some lava. This is the Big Daddy. This is a diving thing. We'll check that out later. What the world embraces. Nothing new there. Let's go down a little further. 6, 7, 8. The encoding of the world. Let's check that one. Feeding time. No. Life of the world. This is making some eggs. Not there. I don't know. Maybe how the world changes. The witching hour. Well, we need to make that. So the witching oven, or witch's oven, as you can see, there's some different components that are going to require us to witching. Is that how they make it? Witching oven? We'll just call it oven. Oven would be the more appropriate term. And it's right there. So to make that, we need iron. Well, you know, if we need to get iron, we need to complete this quest, which is up the very top, which is what the world is made of. And you can see our iron quest here. This quest here, which is called Ferric Fidelity, requires us to turn in red sand, gray powder, and more of the weak essence. So let's see, how much weak essence do we have? 24. We have some red sand on us, and we also need the gray. Was it gray I said? I think it was gray. Let's double check it one more time. It's the dark gray. That's light gray. We need regular gray. There we go. So gray powder, except for we're going to need a total. Let's see how many actual pieces of essence of iron do we need to make the iron seed, and let's see how many we already have. So the iron seed, so we grab this, and you can see here we need 1, 2, 3, and 1 piece of copper essence. So let's see, I do have 4 pieces of iron, 1, 2, 3, and I do have essence of coal, and we do have copper seed growing. Maybe we should take some magical fertilizer, and let's go make the copper seed grow, because we need to get a couple of those. Let's take this. Let's go make our copper seeds grow. Oh, look, they already did. So we can get our copper essence very easy now, at will almost, which is amazing, considering how long it took us to get to the Metal Age. So we now have, I believe, everything that we need in order to make this iron seed. So like I said, it's 3 of those, 1 of the essence, 4 weak essences. Did I keep any of the magical essence on me? Let's double check here. No. I put it away, I believe. Alright, let's go grab that. You need to have at least 1 essence seed. So we'll grab this stack of 12 here. That's going to do us just fine. I always have a bad habit of leaving my doors open. So please tell me in the comments below, are you that way too? Do you leave your doors open? Do you live in a barn? Alright, so let's see here. Let's get back to making the iron seed. Essence of iron, essence of copper. So we need 3. It's always 4 and 4, it seems, plus the magical essence seed. So let's get all these things down below. We need that. We need 1 of those, and we need 4 of those. So we also need our magical wand. There we go. So let's throw this on here. There's 1. Oh, did I miss that? Okay. Come on now. Failure to launch. Alright, so we've got everything floating around in front of us. It looks pretty much like the recipe. All you gotta do is right-click it, and now this thing starts the magical process. Oh my god, look at this thing. Whoa. Talk about fast forward. It's already halfway, more than halfway done. Wow. Okay, so we'll come back once that's ready. We'll be able to throw the living wood on there and complete this process, which I'm super excited about. Let's go back and check on our crops over here and see what's going on. So, did we make anything? What the heck is that thing? That's the cactus seed, which is fully grown. It looks kind of funny as an agricultural crop. And yeah, we haven't seen anything grow over here yet. It's like watching a pot boil. Eventually, it's going to grow. The more you stare at it, the more it just doesn't happen, as we saw earlier when we were trying to make stuff over there. Well, let's go and see what other things we can do in the mystical seeds. We talked about the black one, which is a combination of blue and cactus. So that's what we're going to currently set up to do right here. Eventually, when this grows, if I don't mess it up, then we're going to go look at the other ones. So, we needed the orange seed. Orange is a combination of yellow and red. That one's probably going to be the last one we make. Other one is regular gray and light gray. Let's just look at the gray. Gray is a combination of black and a white seed. The white seed, we need to make this from a white tulip and a daisy. Now, if I'm not mistaken, let's see here. Did we have the white tulip? White tulip was a daisy and yellow. That's this guy over here. So a daisy and yellow and a white tulip. Okay, so now we've got the white tulip seed. Good. So here's our white tulip. So we have that, and we're going to combine that guy with the daisy, which is here. Let's do this on this crop. So now we've got the 2 that we need. Bingo, bango, and let's make sure the sticks are in the right process. Okay, so we've got that going now. So this is the major storyline to this entire pack, is the fact that you need to figure out what combinations make what, and understand that this pack is 99% crops. If you can get over that and you can understand that that's part of the process, and you'll be perfectly fine, and this pack will be enjoyable. If you do not enjoy crops, this may not be your cup of tea. But I can tell you this much. I think Mr. Enderman over here wants to say hello. Where'd you go, buddy? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? If you remember from episode 3 or 2, we had an Enderman living with us. We had to take him out. Look, he's pissed off. I haven't even looked at you, bud. Why are you so pissed off? Here, come here. Where'd you go? Now you're on the roof. Here, come here. Whoa. Oh! Oh! How'd you get up on the wall? Oh no. Where'd you go? Now I got them all pissed off and I can't find them. Okay. Well, either he's gonna come back and surprise us or something. I just know it. He's just waiting around the corner. All right, looks like we've got. Okay, so here's what happens when you gotta check on these crops every so often. So the mystical blue in the cactus, if it doesn't give you the seed that you want, it may end up giving you one of the original crops. So in this case, it gave us a mystical blue. You just get rid of that and you replace it with the breeding sticks. All right, this did exactly as we wanted. This gave us the mystical black flower. So now that we have that, we're good to go. So we have the blues, we now have the blacks. So you can see here, this is a mystical black flower seed, and where did the seed go? Did I drop the seed somewhere? I guess that is the flower seed, right? So, good. Alright, so then we can take this guy and we'll plant him over here. No, that is very true. A cold and an asthma do not go good together. Alright, so we got that one there. So we'll let these guys expand out. We've got a blue one over here. Let's get this guy out of there as well. Alright, so let's take this one. I understand. If you need to do the nebulizer, go ahead. That's what you're asking me, right? Okay, you go ahead and do it. Alright, so let's see. I don't see the runic altar. Oh, the runic altar is done! Oh, yeah. Now I'm happy. We are going to have iron! Oh, yeah. Iron, iron, iron. And where is the seed? There it is. Throw it on the ground. Jeez. Alright, so let's go plant our iron seed. Actually, let's turn in the quest for the iron. And now we have made the iron seed. Pick a seed. Why would anyone pick the weak essence? I'm just saying. I mean, why don't you just default to the iron seed and just call it a day? Do you know what I mean? Like, anybody in their right mind would pick the other? I doubt it. Alright, so we do have another set of crops over here ready to go for our iron seed. And nice. Oh, I thought 3. Oh, it was only 3. Okay. Now the question is, can we combine the iron seed and the copper seed? Or does that make anything? Like, is there a way to crossbreed these two together? Like, I mean, it can make the seed itself, but I don't think there's any crossbreeding, right? Now the essences and stuff can be crossbred. So, for example, bronze seed, right? Is it bronze seed or ferrous seed? I guess it would be. Some of the other crop seeds here. So, like copper seed, there's tin seed, Certus quartz seed, aluminum seed. Like aluminum seed is a combination of tin, aluminum, and then you need to make these runes. So the rune of fire, the rune of earth, all this different stuff need to be made. So like making the rune of fire is mana steel. Mana steel is simply throwing a regular piece of iron into the mana pool, and that gets you the mana steel. So we're going to use a significant amount of iron very, very, very soon. So let's keep that in mind. And let's see here. The next plan is we need to make, I guess it's going to be the coal seed. The coal seed is, let's take a look at that recipe. Coal seed is 3 coal, 1 charcoal, and the normal stuff. So how many coal pieces do we have? So we have enough for that. We do need a piece of charcoal, which we have. We need some more of these guys, which we have, and we need 1 seed, which we have. Let's throw that back up in there. We're getting our stuff's getting all clogged up in here, so let's see if we can start emptying some of this stuff back into our inventory here. Mystical blue, white. Try to get some of this stuff somewhat sorted out, get it out of our inventory, and, you know, make things a little easier on us. Coal, charcoal, essence. Alright, so let's do this. This is nice and simple. We should know this process by now. 1, 2, 3. One of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 essence seed, and this guy. And it's ready to make the coal seed. So coal is going to be nice to have as well. Another item. And this actually should go really fast. So while that's working, let's go back to working on our crops and see how everything's doing over here. This is blue. What do we need for our other ones? So we have the blue flowers growing now. We have the black flowers growing. At this point, we need to look at the... I know we had other stuff we were looking at here as well, right? It's this guy, right? Okay, the white tulip and the daisy. So these guys have not grown yet. We can help them out a little bit if we want. We can get some of the bone meal. I think we can have some of this stuff here. Bone essence of skeleton. Try to look at here. Essence of skeleton. No. That's not what I want. Essence of skeleton. Why is that not showing up? That's weird. On the NEI. Uses. There we go. So use this, we can make the... Well, I can do, I can make 3 pieces in a row, and that gives me bone. So that'll be the best way to get what we need. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then we can turn that into some bone meal. That'll help us grow some of the crops. Will that work on the Botania stuff? No. So I think for the Botania stuff... Oh, it will work. Nice. Okay. So that'll work on there too. Perfect. So the only way these crops will grow is if they are full size. So it's always good to have this. We can always grow our crops and grow a ton of them. So let's do this. Let's get this sorted out. We know we need this blue. So let's grab that and let's bring it down to a spot where we can use it. So we'll just basically put that there. We can bone meal it. Okay, that should breed pretty quick. And I did remember putting some in here as well, right? How's this doing, by the way? It's almost 3/4 of the way. Let's use this other blue seeds and yeah, and get this going. We'll put another set of blue over here and bone meal them up to full size. Now if we ever need blue, we never have to look again. We can make blue all day long. Alright, so good to go. So let's see here. Let's see if we can turn this in very, very shortly. It should be ready to go. Just a few minutes. All right, let's go check on our iron seed. I'm so ready for us to get our first iron anything. It'd just be amazing. So we can't bone meal these. You have to use the fertilizer for that. But we do have some in here. So let's see. We'll grab some of the magical fertilizer. Get this growing. Nice. Alright, so I'm thinking we probably, in order to expedite this process, what we can do is I could basically go right back to making another iron seed and just, you know, I have all the components we need. We have the 3, we have the copper. We can make ourselves another iron seed fairly easily. It's probably kind of useless once we can get these to grow. But we should be able to get these crops to breed and grow at some point. That'll be nice. Alright, let's go check on this. We are 3/4 of the way, and part of the reason is because it's nighttime. We're not getting as much mana. So let's go to sleep, and we can make this work a little bit faster. Alright, so it's good there. Let's go over, and this should start picking up a little bit of speed, because during the day we can see we've got, you know, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 day blooms, and, you know, during the night we only got 4 nightshades, and that's really equivalent to 2 day blooms. So yeah, this is going to be a lot faster. And you also got these guys down here who are doing a little bit of work too. And you can see they're doing a good job. I wonder, how can we make these guys, the hydrangeas? There's got to be a recipe for those. Oops. Hydrangeas, right? There it is. That guy. Hydrangeas. Just a friendly crustacean, okay? So to make this, we could actually technically make it. It's not that difficult. It just requires a blue mana petal and cyan mana petal and some regular flowers, and we could easily make those without too much difficulty if you don't have them. I would recommend them because, I mean, look, you can see how quickly those things are generating mana, and all you need is an infinite water pool, and they will continuously add mana. Alright, so this is almost done. I want to take a look and see, is there any other quests in here? We have this guy, which is tin. Tin is going to require, let's take a look at that recipe and see what the tin seed is going to want. So the tin, it wants us to make 3 tin and 1 iron. Let's see, how many tin do we already make? We have 2 tin and we have 1 iron. So as long as we make 1 more tin, let's take a look at the recipe for that. It wants us 16 slate and 16 light gray. So let's see, how many slate do we have? I don't see very many slate at all. We don't have a ton of gray either. So let's go see if we have any light gray over here. We do have light gray petals, and we do have this guy. So let's combine that and get ourselves, now we have 24. So that's plenty. Now we need to find some slate. Slate, I'll come back to that. I saw that it was done. I just want to grab some slate here. I think this is slate. Yes. Okay, we have 16 slate, just enough. Let's finish this off. So in our recipe here, we need 16 slate, light gray, and we need a whole bunch of these guys right there. So let's complete that quest. Alright, so now we have all the components we need to make the tin seed as well, which is nice. Alright, in order to complete this, all we need is the living rock. Throw that on there, and try it again. Oh, stop it. And our tin seed, somewhere on our coal seed, I'm sorry, is on the ground. So now we can take that and let's turn that in. Our coal seed is here. Coal is completed. Pick one. Of course, we're going to pick the seed. Claim the reward. Now we've got the coal, which is another really awesome and very useful resource. Don't have a spot for this yet. Let's see, maybe we'll plant this guy or we'll make a new farm for him up here. But in the meantime, just so we can get it growing, let's clean out this essence part, and we'll start to grow these guys right here. 1, 2. There's our coal seeds, and we'll just kind of do it on a cross pattern here. So there's one. There we go. So now we got the coal seeds growing, and they'll be fine. This is our skelly seeds, which give us the other items. Alright, let's get in here and put all this away. There we go. Good. Nice. We have a junk drawer here. Let me just empty some of this other stuff that we're not currently using. Get it out of our inventory so we don't have it cluttering us up. And let's see. We have some food. Let's eat real quick. Okay. So the last one we can do is make this tin seed. It's 3. It's 4. We have just enough. That's 4. We have 3. We have 1 iron, and we have 1 magical essence. There we go. So let's get this started. 1. Alright, so that's going to go. Alright, in the meantime, what we'll do is we'll wait until the very next episode. And let's see, what's our plan? Well, guess what? You're going to have to wait until the next episode to find out. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And don't forget, guys, you can also watch live on Twitch at twitch.tv/MinecraftingDAD. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Make sure to leave a like or comment or something down below. I love to read your guys' comments. And this is my first extended YouTube series, and so far I'm loving every minute of it. You guys are awesome, and thank you, and see you next time.